Britain's Got Talent has showcased some amazing magic tricks. And it wouldn't have been possible without the likes of Darcy Oak, Jamie Raven, Richard Jones, and many more. So, be it Jamie Raven's Note in a Lemon trick,
Can't be kidding me.
or Darcy Oak's famous Dove illusion, hello and welcome back! And today we are gonna unlock some of the best magic secrets from Britain's Got Talent. So, let's get started. At number 7, Girl Levitating in Air.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this very, very closely.
You all must have watched a beautiful girl that is floating in the air on a plank of wood. And a ring is also passed around her to ensure to the audience that it is not supported by strings or rods. Now, is that really magic? Nope, not at all. The plank of wood is supported by a strong hydraulic piston mechanism to hold the plank up in the air. This mechanism is hidden when the magician steps on the platform and takes his position. Under the foot of the magician, there's a button to control the motion of the plank. But then, how did he move that ring around? Well, that's a good question, but the answer lies in the S-shaped design of the support rod. It can easily move the ring to the end, repeat back the movement to get to the exit. So there's no magic at all, it's just an illusion. At number 6, Darcy Oak's Cage Illusion. If you know Darcy Oak, then you might well remember his famous Dove illusion, which he performed in one of Britain's Got Talent's shows. In his magic trick, what he did with those birds was just amazing. But there was a tricky part where he pulled out a cage from nowhere. And even more so, he converted that cage with a bird inside into its exact replica. Now, you must be curious to know what's the secret behind this trick. Well, before revealing the secret, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get instant notifications of our new video uploads. So, let's get to the actual secret. The thing you see inside his hand is actually flash paper, which is used to create a quick flash of fire to hide out the quick moments. Also, if you look closely, you'll see that he positions his right hand at his back for a while. And it's during this moment that he hides the folding cage somewhere inside his right hand sleeve. Now, using the momentum of the quick flash fire, he brings out that folding cage and instantaneously transforms it into a bigger sized cage. The bird then moves inside that cage, and Darcy then brings out an exact replica of that cage with a bird inside. For this part of the trick also, he brings out a folding cage from his back and uses a quick flash fire, transforms it into a bigger one, and creates an illusion that shocks everyone. Now, you must be thinking, how come another bird appears inside the cage? For this, he uses a folding cage with a bird already fitted inside it, as you can see here. And that bird you see is a fake one and not real, which you can make out by observing carefully that it never moves. So this is exactly how the cage trick was performed. At number 5, Richard Jones' Origami Trick. We have seen one of the most amazing contestant magicians, Richard Jones, on BGT. In his audition trick, he got a notebook that had the names of celebrities written on it. He places the notebook in between Amanda's palms and asks to quickly open to any page, look at it, and just throw away the notebook. And then he asks Amanda to touch his forehead and transfer the thought. And what happens next? He finally gets the picture of the celebrity that Amanda was thinking about, crafted on the paper. Now, that was a really great piece of act. At least we need to appreciate Richard for his incredible origami skills. And for the magic trick, here's the secret. The notebook that Richard used is a gimmick book known as a Svengali notebook. This book has two different types of pages that are a bit long and short pages interleaved throughout the notebook. When the notebook is fanned downwards by Richard, only the long pages of the notebook are visible that has all the different names. But when Amanda used her thumb to lift the notebook upwards, only the short pages were visible to her. And the trick lied there. All the short pages had the same name, that is, David Beckham, written all over it. and this is how the entire trick was performed. At number 4, Jamie Raven's Note in a Lemon trick. Jamie Raven, the magician famous for his acts on Britain's Got Talent. In his semi-final magic, he got a signed note by Alicia out of the lemon that was kept intact in front of her since the start of the magic.
Could you take out the note for me?
You've got to be kidding me.
Does that have your name on it? Is that your note?
If we take a closer look while he was folding the note, he had a palmed piece of paper in his hands that he instantly switches and shows to the people. Now, with a signed note still in his hand, he takes the bag from Alicia and drops the note into the bag very quickly. And with an indication to the audience that nothing is in his hands, he reaches into the bag, stuffs the lemon with the note, and takes it out in a very different way. He only shows one side of the lemon to the audience and cuts it very much differently. Now, have you ever tried to cut a lemon like that? So when Alicia took the note out of the lemon, Jamie very quickly closes it and puts it away. But before that, let's take a closer look at it. There's actually a hole in the lemon below, and that's clearly visible. It is this hole through which he stuffed the note inside the lemon, and the magic was created. Now that was a really great trick by Jamie. At number 3, Ghost Girl Trick. Josephine Lee, the beautiful contestant magician on Britain's Got Talent, in her performance showed quite a few tricks. But the part of the trick where she displays a ghost girl really stood out. Here you can only see her legs, while her upper body is totally invisible. So, can you make out how Josephine performed this trick? Well, here's the secret, and it's quite obvious. The ghost girl you see is actually Josephine's assistant, who has bent her body with her hands inside the table. Also, the part of the body just above her hips is actually a special mannequin-like dress, created using baggy clothes and other items. And that's the reason she walked away resembling a ghost. At number 2, Fire Turns to Ice. Jamie Raven moves on to amaze Alicia and the audience with his amazing performance in which he converts fire into ice. During this trick, after placing the lighter on the table, Jamie gets a paper from his pocket, which is not any usual paper but a flash paper, which is usually used in magic to create a large flash of fire to hide the quick movements from the audience. Also, if you look carefully after taking out the flash paper, Jamie turns a bit towards right and using his right hand, he gets an ice from his pocket. With the ice now hidden in his hand, he covers the flash of fire with that right hand, thus placing the ice in both of his hands. He moves on to squeeze a few droplets of water from the ice, showing all that he is actually performing some magic. And finally, he gets the ice in Alicia's hands, thus turning fire into ice. So finally, the last trick in our list, Darcy Oak's Egg and Girl Trick. Continuing with the famous dove illusion, Darcy Oak, in one of his many tricks, gets an egg from the bird. And from the egg, he gets a bird again. Well, to begin with, if you look closely, he already has in his hand an egg, which he must have gotten from one of his jacket pockets before it gets dropped in his other hand. Also, there is no bird coming out of the egg, it's all coming right from Darcy's pockets. If we take a close look, we can see that Darcy is turned towards the left and hiding the position of his left hand gets a small bird in his left hand. Then he covers his left hand with the other hand which has an empty eggshell. Here you can clearly see the tail end of the bird, and to get that bird, he simply cracked the eggshell and dropped it on the floor, which can be seen clearly in slow motion, thus making the illusion of getting a bird from an egg. It didn't end here. In the last part of this magic trick, he gets a girl out of the cage placed on the table. Well, even this one is very simple to make out. First, he covers the cage with a piece of black cloth, and as you can see here, the size of the cage seems to be much longer than it actually is when seen by the audience from the front side. Yes, you got it. The cage placed on the table had two compartments, and the first compartment had the cage that's clearly visible, and the back compartment was the space where the girl was hiding throughout the magic since the start of the show. So guys, these were the top magic reveals from Britain's Got Talent. Hope you enjoyed it. Which magic reveal did you like the most? And which one is your favorite show? AGT or BGT? Let us know in the comments below. Do like and share this video with your friends on social media. For more such amazing things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And finally, thanks for watching.